High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Today from the Tiger Den in Bluffton, Indiana, it's non-conference Hoosier Hysteria as the Delta Eagles take on the Bluffton Tigers. Good afternoon and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you this afternoon. Daytime Hoosier Hysteria today as these two teams hook up in a mid-afternoon battle on the first day of December. Great to have you along no matter where you're listening today, around the state, around the country, even around the world. It's great having your ears with us for a while this afternoon. Delta has taken two games to start the day here today in this boys triple header. The freshmen beat Bluffton 39-29, and then just a moment ago it was Delta finishing off Bluffton in the JV game 41-26. Varsity contest today, well, Delta trying to stay undefeated. They have opened 3-0 for head coach Mark Detweiler. They're coming off a win last night, a 49-point blowout over Cowan, 78-29. Bluffton is 1-1 on this young season. The Tigers got their first W last night in defeating South Adams 65-34. So neither team was really pushed last night. Chris Benedict is the head coach here at Bluffton, and some of you longtime Delaware County fans might remember him. He is in his 27th year as a head coach. His first 3 seasons were at Wapahani, opening his high school basketball coaching career. So it was nice getting to chat with him before the game, briefly down in the tunnel. And we wish them all the best the rest of the way throughout this season. This game will feature two teams that are a little bit different. Very senior dominated on the Bluffton side. They'll start 4 seniors and a junior. Much younger on the Delta side. They will start 2 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore, and they will play plenty of underclassmen off the bench for Mark Detweiler as well. So a little bit of youth against a little more experience. We'll see how it all turns out. A year ago, Delta won this game 53-38 over Bluffton. That was a game that featured a Josh Bryan explosion, double-double, 37 points, 11 rebounds over the Tigers for the great Josh Bryan a year ago. We'll see what he does today. Josh had 25 points in last night's win over Cowan, and Brady Hunt, the Delta big man, had a nice night as well with 17 points against the Blackhawks. You hear the crowd applauding in the background as Bluffton comes back out on the floor. There's about 3 minutes left in the pregame warm-up period. Delta had left the floor earlier. Eagles have not come back out, but they will in very short order, I'm sure. Great afternoon to take in some basketball. And if you're in the area around Bluffton, you still have time to get here and catch most of this game if you want. Otherwise, sit back, make a ham sandwich, grab a cold Pepsi, or maybe an adult beverage for you 21 and overs, and enjoy this one this afternoon on the Delco Preps channel. It's great to be with you. This is a beautiful facility. The athletic facilities here at Bluffton are top rate all the way around. They just put new bleachers in their football stadium, and we want to thank their athletic director, Steve Thompson, and his assistants and the rest of the game day staff here at Bluffton for their accommodations and their hospitality. Delta comes back out of the locker room, and they're about set to go. We're 2 minutes away from the end of the warm-up period and the introductions of the starting lineups and the opening tip of this one. It's going to be fun to see how long Delaware County keeps undefeated basketball teams. 3 of them right now as we open the day. Delta at 3-0, Wapahani at 3-0, Westdell at 4-0, coming off an exciting 2-point win last night over Madison Grant. So some quality teams and players this year again in Delaware County. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. It is December 1st. We have hit meteorological winter, and we're going to hit real winter real soon. It's warm today and raining and foggy up here in the northern part of Wells County, but 5 or 10 degrees colder, and we'd be shoveling some serious snow without a doubt. Take our first break, come back to set it up and open this one on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den on the campus of Bluffton High School. Brian Beaver along with you. The teams have come to the benches, and we're just a moment away from the introduction of the starters and the opening tip of this one this afternoon. Kind of odd. Don't get to do many afternoon basketball games during the regular season. They're usually all at night. But little daytime basketball action for you today. Get out and enjoy another game tonight if you can, if you're really into high school basketball. There's a lot of exciting matchups around the area to go take in tonight. We'll join the public address announcer for the introductions down on the court side.
All team members, along with the High School Athletic Association, your cooperation not so. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand or remain seated and remove your hats and not this great country as they claim the security that is provided for us with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, that'll get your blood moving. We're all set to go. Team's about to be introduced. Back to the public address announcer.
Welcome to the Great Show of Honor. Let's roll.
There you have them in case you couldn't really hear real well. Delta will start Zach Garner, a 5'10 junior, Josh Bryan, a 6'3 senior, Tyler Wilburn, a 6'2 senior, Josh Greenberg, a 5'11 junior, Brady Hunt, a 6'5 sophomore. Landon McClish, Jonathan Irwin, Gavin King, Tanner Cooley, and Everett Johnson going to the floor immediately for the Tigers. They're wearing their home white with black lettering, red trim. Delta in the dark blues today with gold lettering and white trim. Here's the toss, the tip controlled by Delta as they move it right to left across your imagination. They'll start the day with the ball in the hands of Zach Garner, the point guard. They swing it near corner to Wilburn. Back out on top to Greenberg. Now they'll work it right corner to Bryan. Skip pass to Greenberg. Left side, drives baseline, cut off, feeds in the corner. Lost the handle. Delta turns it over on their first possession. Josh Bryan couldn't quite handle that pass. It was really low by the time it got to him. So here comes Bluffton for the first time today. This is McClish, man-to-man defense by Delta to start the day. Low post feed. Hunt going to work on Cooley. Cooley cut off, tries to throw it back out to the wing, throws it into the Delta bench. Turnover for the Tigers. Each team coughs it up on their opening possession of the day. We're 40 seconds in, and the Tigers show a little bit of full court or half court trap, if you will, out near the timeline. Delta beats it easily. Greenberg has it. Skip pass. Jam! Brady Hunt, the lob pass for the dunk, and it's 2-0 Delta. How do you like them apples? Right out of the chute. One-handed right-hand catch and flush by the 6'5 sophomore. Tigers back at it here on the near end. Three-pointer, corner, up. No good by Irwin. Rebound by Josh Bryan. He'll bring it down the floor quickly. Picks up his dribble at the top of the key. Works to the wing. Now to the right corner to Greenberg. Greenberg brings it back out on top of 2-3 zone defensively by the Bluffton Tigers. Here's a three-pointer from the near wing. Up and good! Josh Bryan buries his first shot of the game to make it 5-0 Eagles. Little more than 1:45 into the game. Delta stays man-to-man defensively on this trip. Bluffton looking for a shot. They've got a traveling call out here near the Delta bench. Irwin couldn't keep the handle. Second turnover by the Tigers. Here's Delta with a 5-0 lead on the far end. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Long rebound comes down to Bluffton. Board pulled away by McClish, the guard. Left-handed dribble across the timeline. They'll swing it far wing in front of the Delta bench. Now out on top to Johnson. On the far wing, King cut off. Looks for a cutter on the baseline, thrown away. Turnover Bluffton. Fast break. Bryan, long pass ahead. He'll lay it in. 5 points for Josh Bryan to make it 7-0 Delta here in the first 2.5 minutes. 3 turnovers by Bluffton has really killed the Tiger attack early. They'll go back at it against Delta. Looking for a shot. We've got a whistle from the baseline official away from the ball. This is going to be an offensive foul against Bluffton. Give the foul to Jonathan Irwin. Technically, that's a turnover. 4 straight turnovers to start the game by Bluffton. Not what they wanted for Coach Chris Benedict. Looking to trap. Delta has it in the forecourt now. Need help Works it near side here. Greenberg baseline now to Hunt. Hunt throws it away. Second turnover by Delta. Here comes Bluffton. They need a bucket late. Have not had a good start. Trailing 7-0. This is McClish around a screen. Picks it up near side. Out on top now, they swing it far wing to King. He's going to fire a three. It's up. It's no good. Rebound to Johnson. He'll go up inside strong. Can't get it. Another try, no good. A whistle, and it's going to be a Delta foul. On nice work on the boards by the Tigers, Tanner Cooley. Brady Hunt will pick up the foul for Delta. It's a 2-shot free throw attempt for Tanner Cooley. First one on the way, good. Makes it 7-1. Cooley got him to break the ice. Let's see if he can get both ends of the trip. It's on the way. It's good. Cooley got them both. And now it's 7-2 Delta. And the backcourt pressure now being applied by Bluffton. But Delta beats it easily. Long pass ahead to Hunt on the wing. He's going to drive it. He goes right to the bucket, and he's fouled on the way. He'll shoot two. Nice aggressive move by Brady Hunt. Earn the trip to the free throw line. Foul goes against Everett Johnson of Bluffton, his first. And at the stripe, Hunt hits the first one. 8-3 Eagles on the third point of the day by Hunt. He looks for his fourth. He can't get it, but he got his own rebound. Goes back up with it. Got it. Check it. That wasn't him. That was Wilburn who got the board in the bucket. Tyler Wilburn has his first two. And it's a 10-3 contest. Nice work by Tyler Wilburn in the paint that time off the missed free throw. Tigers with it here in the near forward court. Good sticky man-to-man defense so far today by Delta. Johnson has it for the Tigers. Spin dribble to the paint. Tries to bounce pass to a teammate. Throws it away. Turnover number 5 on the day for Bluffton. And the Tigers give it back to Delta. Eagles will have to bring it the length of the floor now against a 2-2-1 trapping press. Wilburn has the ball on the forecourt. He stepped on the sideline to turn it over. Substitution checking into the game for Bluffton is Brady Green, his first action of the day. Tigers have the ball, 3:50 to go first quarter, trailing 10-2. Good start for Delta, horrible start for Bluffton. They've turned it over 5 times. Johnson for the Tigers out on the wing. Drives baseline. Cut off by Wilburn. Wilburn steals it. Here comes a long pass to Bryant. Great cross-court pass. Bedwell back to Bryant. Off the glass. Good. Josh Bryan, 7 points to make it a 12-3 game. Timeout. Bluffton will take the break with them. 3:28 to go first quarter. It's Delta 12. Bluffton 2 on Beaver Media and the Del Go Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta 12, Bluffton 2, 3:28 to go first quarter. Coming out of the timeout by Bluffton, the Tigers will bring it across the timeline. McClish on the dribble here on the wing. Needs help. Takes it toward the top of the key. Cut off. Still needs help. Got to miss a 5 count now to Johnson out on top. Big number 34. He's a grinder. He's a pretty good player. He had 18 points earlier in this season when they lost to Blackford. Very deliberate on offense this time. At least they haven't turned it over yet. They've had trouble turning it over. Now here's a whistle and a foul here on the Delta end, and it's going to be second foul of the day against Brady Hunt. It's a tough break for Delta because that's 2 fouls on Hunt in the first 6 minutes and change. Two new men checking in for the Eagles. Wesley Wooden comes in. So does Nate Sutherland. Inbounds play along the baseline. Bounce pass into Johnson. Needs help. Fires it. Misses, but he collects the foul and he'll shoot a pair. Going to the line is Johnson. The foul that time on Zach Garner. The first free throw good. Johnson breaks the ice. Make it 12-3. Next one, no good off the front iron. So a 12-3 game off the 1 out of 2 trip by Everett Johnson. And here comes Delta holding the ball on a big lead. Here's a three-pointer from the wing far side. No good by Bryan, but Delta got the offensive glass from Sutherland. Bryan in the paint. Nice feed to the baseline. Delta tried to get a layup there. Couldn't do it. Wesley Wooden feeds low post. Now back out on the wing. Bedwell gives it to the corner. Little jumper off the baseline. No good by Bryan. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul, and it'll be against Delta. Don't want to add foul trouble here when you've got a big lead. Fourth team foul by Delta. Foul was on Sutherland, his first. With 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Tigers trailing 12-3. Nice feed underneath. Layup up and good. Nice work inside that time by Zach Cummins. He's got his first 2 of the day, and it's 12-5. Delta still out on front. Here's a baseline move, a little runner. Beautiful teardrop up and in by Bedwell. His first deuce of the day to make it 14-5. Eagles. Late first quarter. Johnson gives it to a baseline drive. It's forced up. It won't go. Missed by Irwin. Long rebound. Fast break Delta 3-on-2. Bryan had his pocket picked. Beautiful defensive play. Here come the Tigers looking for a hoop. Trailing 14-5. Baseline move. Shot up. Whistle before the baseline move or the shot. It'll be another common foul against Delta. Looks like Bedwell will collect the foul. 5 team fouls on Delta. That's the only thing they haven't done well. Baseline inbounds play. Pass comes into Johnson. He'll give it right off to McClish again. McClish between the rings. Works it far side to Irwin. Now to Johnson here near wing. Looked inside, couldn't find a cutter. Here's a feed in the paint. Bounce pass near wing. Johnson jab step. Drives it. On Wooden, good defense, cuts him off. Here's a pass to a cutter, no good. Rebound, no good. And another whistle, and this is going to be another Delta foul. And again, it's Bedwell. Connor picks up 2 quick ones. And foul trouble is going to be a factor in this game. Delta has a 9-point lead at 14-5, but that's their 6th team foul already with 1:04 to go in the first quarter. 2 free throws coming for Green. He missed the first. He'll get another. Brady Green. He'll shoot another. Right-hander. Can't get either one. Left it short. Delta with the board. Don't get me started on free throw shooting right now. That's going to be a long sermon. Delta has the ball. Under a minute to play. They lead 14-5. And on the offensive end, a drive toward the paint by Bryan results in a common foul by Bluffton trying to stop him. It'll be an inbounds play. On the second foul by Jonathan Irwin. 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. We've got a new man handling the point now. That's Sam Cox wearing jersey number 1. Still zoning is Bluffton defensively. Delta probably going to play for the final shot here. Bryan with the left-hand dribble, throws it away near side. Turnover, fast break. Here comes Bluffton. Layup good. McClish with the bucket and makes it 14-7. So Bluffton has cut the Delta lead in half here. at 7 points, and now with 15 seconds to go before the period ends, it's going to be a one and done here for Delta if they do it right. Clock under 10 now. Cox out between the rings, looking to set something up. Clock down to 4. They go far side. Bryan's going to jack a long 3. He buries it at the buzzer. Josh Bryan with a 25-footer right in front of the Bluffton bench, and that ends the first period, and he does it in style. We're through 8 minutes in Bluffton. It's Delta 17, Tigers 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den in Bluffton. We've played a quarter, and Delta leads by 10 at the break, 17-7 over the Tigers, who will have the ball to open the second period, trailing by 10. They work it here in the near corner to Green. Green will drive baseline, turned over, knocked away, stolen away by Delta. 7 turnovers against Bluffton already. Eagles attacking in the half court against that 2-3 Bluffton zone. Sutherland with it on the wing near side. Works it across court. Shot up by Wilburn. Won't go. Rebound by Sutherland. Scramble on the floor. 2 or 3 men are on it now. Squirts out, and we've got a jump ball. 2 men holding on to it. 1 from each team. Cox from Delta and Landon McClish from Bluffton. The Tigers will send more subs in as they try to get something going here. Delta gets the ball on the dual possession. It comes right into Greenberg. He's double teamed in the corner, needs help. Now they'll get it outside to Wilburn. On the point to Brady Hunt. Back in the game playing with 2 fouls. Sutherland 3-pointer, no good near wing. Rebound offensively by Wilburn. He'll turn around, fire, hit. Wilburn with 4 in the game to make it 19-7. Delta out in front a minute into the second quarter. Man-to-man defensively again for the Eagles. They've played a sticky man-to-man all game. Here's an attempted back cut, another turnover by Bluffton. They have 8, now given right back by Delta. The layup attempt, no good. Rebound, Cox. Smallest man on the floor gets the board for Delta. I'm 5'8", I like that. Cox across the timeline. Near side to Greenberg, back to Cox. Swing it far side to Wilburn. Looking for a cutter, can't find one. Skip pass. Hunt for 3. Too strong off the back iron. High rebound. Comes down to Bluffton. Give the board to Zach Cummins. Tigers really need to get a couple hoops in a row here. They haven't had back-to-back rings, I think, all game. Low post to Cummins. Fakes. Fires in the paint. Can't get it to go. We've got another foul on Delta. Might be Wilburn. It is on Tyler Wilburn. And that's the 7th foul against Delta. So for the final 6:17 of the first half, Bluffton is going to be at the line for 1 and bonus. This is a 2-shot foul. And the first one bricks off, no good off the front end by Zach Cummins. He'll have another. So they trail 19-7 to the Tigers, but when you've got the bonus and 3 fouls to give, this could tighten up again in a hurry. Second free throw on the way. This one, nothing but net. Third point of the day for Cummins. It's a 19-8 affair. Delta with the ball. Got it in Bryan's hands in the corner. They'll swing it around the far side of the perimeter into the corner. Greenberg driving to the elbow. Gives off to Hunt. Hunt back out on top on the wing to Wilbur. High post. Feed to the corner. Splash. 3-pointer up and good. Greenberg buries the triple. Timeout, Bluffton. It's a 22-8 contest. We'll take the break with them. 5:52 to go. Second quarter, 22-8 game. Delta out in front on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back in Bluffton. Good start to the day for Delta. They lead 22-8 with 5:52 left in the second quarter. Quick look at the scoring for Delta. Josh Bryan with 10. 4 for Tyler Wilburn. 3 on that triple just a moment ago by Josh Greenberg. 3 for Brady Hunt on a bucket and a free throw. Connor Bedwell with 2 points to round it out for Delta. They've done a good job defending except for the foul situation. And now with Delta in the bonus here with 17 fouls, and Bluffton has only fouled 3 times all game, it could be a free throw shooting contest for the final 6 minutes of the half. See if Bluffton gets a little more aggressive with the ball now offensively on this trip to the near end. Lob pass underneath, low post. It's off the hands of a Delta defender out of bounds. They tried to lob it into the post under the paint to Cummins, and he couldn't make the catch, but a Delta defender knocked it out of bounds. So baseline inbound play for Bluffton just to the far side of the goal. Nice feed inside and a bucket off the pass. Everett Johnson with his 3rd point to make it 22-10. And right away going to pressure in the backcourt. Now 3-quarter court is Bluffton, but the Tigers can't do much with it. Delta across the timeline easily. Bryan has it, drives to the elbow, kicks it back to the corner. Hunt will take it baseline. Euro pass to the far corner. Wilburn, 3-pointer, won't go. Loose ball on the rebound. Delta picks it up on the offensive glass. Open 3 from the corner. Bryan up. Bryan good. Josh Bryan, 13 points in the game, and it's a 25-10 Delta lead as we head for the middle of the second quarter. Bryan with 13 points in the game to lead everybody. Bluffton on the attack. Let's see what they can do with it. Trying to get it down low. Can't do it. King working on the point. Now far side. That's Irwin. Back to King out on top, guarded closely by Delta on that man-to-man D. Here's a knockaway steal by Delta. They force another Bluffton turnover. Bryan has it in the forecourt. Greenberg in the corner. His pass knocked out of bounds on a deflection. It'll stay near side sideline with Delta. 9 turnovers unofficially in the first 2 periods, period and a half, by Bluffton, and Chris Benedict's kids just have not taken care of the ball very well. They trail by 15. Delta has it in the forecourt against that 2-3 zone. They'll attack it, swing it to the near corner to Bryan. Back out on top to Garner. He'll take it right side. Nice feed down below for a bank field goal. Nice assist that time by Greenberg. The hoop goes to Brady Hunt. Give him 5 in the game, and it's 27-10. Delta way out in front with just under 4 minutes left in the first half. Baseline hoop off the glass, and a beauty by Gavin King. He's off the schneid with his first 2 of the day. Quickly the other way. Ball knocked out of bounds after a Delta miss. Looks like the Eagles will keep it. Checking in for Delta, another sub is Connor Bedwell going in for Brady Hunt. 3:46 to go, second quarter, 27-12. Delta out in front of Bluffton. Here comes the long pass out near the timeline. Now they swing it to the wing. Now to the near low block, and the turnaround jumper is up and good by Josh Bryan. He's putting on a show. 15 points. We've got a timeout. We're going to keep it right here at the Tiger Den. 3:38 left in the first half. Delta 29, Bluffton 12. Great having you along for the ride this afternoon on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Now you're over on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed, click subscribe. You'll get a notification every time there's new content in case you forget about a game. So look where we are in terms of the score and the situation. Delta, comfortable, way out in front, 29-12. They've played well except for the fouls. They've turned the ball over 6 times, but not much here in the second quarter. And they have forced 9 Bluffton turnovers and counting, and that won't be the last of them. The Tigers aren't taking very good care of the basketball. Coming out of the timeout, here comes Bluffton. Out on top, Irwin, Cummins, over to Johnson. It squirts through his hands right at midcourt, out of bounds for the 10th Tiger turnover. I told you it wouldn't be the last, didn't I? Delta with the ball and a 17-point lead. Wilburn gives it back to Garner on the right-hand dribble. Bryan coming off a curl out front, little short with it. Delta with the offensive glass. Good pass to the cutting Bryan. He lays it up and in, and he's fouled. Beautiful feed that time to Bryan, cutting to the basket, and he puts 2 more on the board. Give the foul to Cooley of Bluffton. His first free throw is on the way, and it's good. Bryan with 18 points in the first half to make it 32-12. Delta. Looking like this is going to be blowout city. Here's a drive to the basket and an offensive foul against Bluffton. Jonathan Irwin tried to go to the hole. He picks up his 3rd foul instead. 11th turnover of the day by the Bluffton Tigers. Delta with Bryan, Bedwell, Greenberg, Garner, and Wilburn out there right now. The ball in the hands of Garner with the dribble going, and now he works it way out on top to Bryan. He'll work a screen and roll. Nice pass to Wilburn, who couldn't finish it with a layup. And we've got a foul on the battle for the rebound. It'll be against Delta. Give the foul to Wilburn, his second. 2:40 to go, first half. Delta back on defense here right in front of me now. I'm on the corner of the gym today. Tigers need a hoop in the worst way, trailing 32-12. They throw it away again. Long lead pass coming down the floor. Here's a layup that won't go. Tip won't go. Boy, Delta missed a bunny there. Greenberg couldn't get it. Fast break the other way, 3-on-2. Up with it off the glass, no good. But a foul against Delta on a nice move inside by Tanner Cooley. He'll have a pair. Give the foul to Josh Bryan. Free throw up, no good. Cooley will have another. 2 out of 3 today. Connor Bedwell checks out. Wesley Wooden back in the game for Delta. So is Sam Cox. Second free throw by the left-hander is up too strong. He missed them both. Delta with the ball. They'll walk it across the timeline. Zach Garner quarterbacking the offense. Greenberg with it at the elbow, double team, picks it up, works to Wooden on the wing. Now they'll work it back around the perimeter to Greenberg, who hands it to Garner, dribbles to his right, gives it to Bryan. Bryan goes left, hands to Greenberg. Greenberg will go out to the top of the key, drive the paint, fire, can't get it. Nice block inside. Think that was Cummins who erased the shot. Now a loose ball on the floor. And we've got a whistle, and it looks like another Delta foul. It'll be one in the bonus. Foul is going to be on Zach Garner. Going to the line, Landon McLish. His first trip to the stripe. 2 points in the game, looking for his third. Trailing by 20. Missed it. And that was the 10th foul against Delta, so it's a double bonus. McLish will have another. He fires. He hits. Got 1 out of 2 on the trip to make it 32-13. Eagles ball, Eagles lead. They've had a pretty good first half offensively. Far wing, Bryan. Man-to-man now defensively by Bluffton. Here's Cox out on top with it. Works at far wing. Now feed inside. Now to the baseline to Sutherland. Tries to hit a cutter. Can't do it. Ball is loose on the floor. 3 guys are grabbing it. There's the whistle. It's going to be a jump ball call. And the dual possession arrow is going to give it to Bluffton. 1:17 to go here before halftime. It's been mostly Delta from the start. Eagles have had command of this game all the way. They have never trailed. We've never been tied. Minute 10 to go. Into the forecourt come the Tigers. They'll swing it near side to McLeish. Looking for a cutter, can't find one. Now they'll go across the way on the perimeter. Cooley looked for a cutter, couldn't find one. Bounce pass off Johnson's leg, but he manages to put the handle on it. Clock down to 52 to go. Johnson working on Sutherland. Takes him down low. Fakes again. Forces it up. It's off the glass. No, and it's going to be a foul. On a move inside by Johnson. He's that grinder I was telling you about. He's just a hard-nosed guy. Not the most talented guy, but, man, he gets the most out of what he has. Foul goes against Nate Sutherland. 2 shots now in the double bonus, and the first one by Johnson is good. Give him 4 in the game to make it 32-14. He'll have another. Here it goes. He missed it. Long rebound to the corner to Nate Sutherland, who picks it up while he's on his duff. Delta with the ball, and they have 35 seconds to do something with it, leading 32-14. Out on top, Sam Cox dribbles toward the near side. He's tripped on the way. Incidental contact, but it'll be a foul nonetheless. Give the foul to McLeish, his first. Only the 6th against Bluffton all half. 29.4 to go before halftime. Delta will inbound it here on the near sideline. Comes in from Bryan to Cox. Cox will dribble across the timeline. Clock down to 22. Now Bryan with it out between the circles, standing on the Bluffton B here on the floor at the Tiger Den. Guarded closely by Cooley. Clock down to 10. We'll see if he just clears him out and takes him. Clock down to 7. Bryan left-hand dribble. Looks for a high screen. Gets it from Sutherland. Great feed to the baseline. Shot up. Blocked. It's going to be a foul. On a nice feed to Wes Wooden along the baseline, and Wes will go to the strike. Gavin King picks up the foul. Free throw time for Wesley Wooden, and he hits. .2 seconds left in the half. Wooden with the second of 2, and he got them both. Nice job by Wes. Inbounds pass. They'll bring it to the timeline. Here comes a 40-footer up. No good. Trickled the bottom of the net, but that'll do it. We've played 16 minutes of basketball in Bluffton. It's been all Delta all the way. At halftime, the score, Eagles 34, Tigers 14. Back with the halftime show after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. But the games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association has a simple message for all those who participate in high school athletics. Play hard. Play to win. But above all, play with respect. Respect for your teammates, respect for your opponents, and respect for the game. Practice sportsmanship the way you play. All right. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Bluffton High School. Brian Beaver along with you here at the intermission. Real good start to this one for Delta, looking to go 4-0 to open the season, and they're well on their way, leading Bluffton at halftime, 34-14. Remarkably consistent game. 17-7 Delta at the end of one. They scored 17 more in the second quarter to go up 34-14. Bluffton scored the same number of points in period two as well. 7. So it's been a game marred by a lot of turnovers. Unofficially, a dozen at halftime for Bluffton and 6 at halftime for Delta, but Delta turned it over several times early in the game. They've tightened that up quite a bit through the second quarter of action for their head coach, Mark Detweiler. You look down at the unofficial scoring at halftime. It's been a big day, as you might imagine, for Josh Bryan. The silky smooth senior for Delta came in averaging 24.3, coming off a 25-point game against Cowan last night. And all he did is score 18 points in the first half of this one today. 1, 2, 3 triples, along with the work for Josh, who had an old-fashioned three-point play as well to lead the way. The rest of the scoring for Delta: 4 for Tyler Wilburn, 3 for Josh Greenberg, 5 for Brady Hunt, who's in a little bit of foul trouble, 2 for Connor Bedwell off the bench, 2 for Wesley Wooden off the bench. Zach Garner has played and not scored. In fact, he started. Nate Sutherland and Sam Cox off the bench have played but not scored for Delta, and there you have their total of 34 points. For the Tigers, they had a rough go, but they turned it over the first 4 or 5 times they had it today. Just not sharp at all for their coach, Chris Benedict, and I know he won't be happy about that, and rightfully so. Their scoring in the first half: 3 for Landon McClish, 2 for Gavin King, 2 for Tanner Cooley on a pair of free throws, 4 for Everett Johnson, 3 off the bench for Zach Cummins. Jonathan Irwin started, hasn't scored. Brady Green and Gabe Eisenhunt have come off the Tiger bench to play. They also have not scored. So, fantastic opening 16 minutes for Delta. They come in 3-0 and they look very good. They get a few things cleaned up in terms of the ball security. Going to be pretty good. The county tournament this year could be a whopper, because 3 of the 6 teams in that tournament have started undefeated. Westdell, Wapahani, and Delta. The bracket should be out soon, and man, is it going to be fun to see who plays who in that tournament coming up later this season. It's going to be wide open with several really good, closely competitive teams fighting it out for the bragging rights and the trophy. We'll take another break, back to set up the third quarter and start it all here from the Tiger Den in Bluffton. Back after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Indiana. In fact, it's a crash course in teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, high school sports teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, leadership, and the importance of believing in your teammates and supporting your community. High school sports, a healthy part of a complete education. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Just about set for the opening of the third quarter here at Bluffton. Both teams are back on the floor. Delta has gone to the bench already. Bluffton still going through its last-minute shooting drills as we move to the third period in a big blowout so far for the Eagles. Delta leading at the break 34-14. We'll see how long Mark Detweiler keeps the front line guys out there today, and how much playing time the subs might get the rest of the way out. By my count, 9 Eagles have played already. 8 Tigers have gone to the floor. So we're about set to go. Great having you along. You know someone who wanted to enjoy the game but either didn't know about it or forgot, it'll be archived on the Delco Preps channel on YouTube. So you can listen to it again if you want or any other time. We're back underway here in the third quarter. Delta going left to right. They have it right in front of me here in the forecourt, attacking with a 20-point lead. Lob pass backdoor. Hunt wanted to jam it, but he just laid it in. Nice play. Hunt 7 points to make it 36-14. He got a jam on a very similar play to start the day. Tigers struggling on their end, and here's a common foul. 27 seconds into the third quarter. Delta picks up a foul. It's going to be on Wilburn. He tried to go around a screen and tried to squeak through, but couldn't. He has 3 fouls, and just that fast, you know where he's headed. Over to a nice padded chair, and subbing in for him, I think, is Sam Cox. I'm screened. Yep, it is Sam Cox. So the Tigers inbound it, trailing 36-14. Delta man-to-man defensively. McClish has it, now works it near side. They swing it again back to the other wing, and that's McClish looking for help. Now on the near side, here's a drive by Irwin, lays it up, won't go. Big fight for the rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Bluffton. Delta looks pretty good today. They look like a 3-0 team. Inbounds play along the baseline. Throwing away inbounds pass. Here comes Delta quickly. Sam Cox will reverse the ball and set up the half-court offense. Brian has it. Man-to-man defensively by Bluffton. Three-pointer up. Three-pointer good from the far corner. Josh Greenberg, 6 points in the game, and it's 39-14. Delta out in front by a bunch. Top of the key. Irwin, one dribble. Pass to the wing far side. Now back out to Johnson on the wing. He skipped passes here to the near side. A whistle by the baseline official. And we've got an offensive foul against Bluffton on the post work down low. Tanner Cooley picks up the foul for the Tigers. 2 turnovers already in the second half by Bluffton. We've only played a minute and a half. Brian has it for the Eagles. Double teamed out on top. Gets to Cox on the wing. He's double teamed. Now Greenberg will dribble out. Skip pass near side, nearly thrown away. Knocked away from Garner. It's on the floor. 2 or 3 guys have it. It's finally thrown away, but a heads-up play on the floor to keep it alive by Jonathan Irwin of Bluffton, and he keeps the possession for his team. Nice job by him. Tigers have it in the forecourt, right in front of their bench along the way. Here's a whistle and a bump on the dribble. It's going to be against Zach Garner of Delta as he bumped the dribbler. Common foul. And you can hear, if you can't hear it at home, I saw it. I read his lips. Coach Benedict on the other side was yelling at his guy, and Detweiler, the coach for Delta, was up saying, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Garner picks up the foul. He has 3 of them now. Delta has 2 already, team fouls here in the third quarter. We played all of 2 minutes. So, Tigers go back to work on their end in the forecourt. Johnson, baseline, skip pass to the near corner. Three-pointer up, three-pointer good. Nice stroke out there by Landon McClish. He has 6 points, and that makes it 39-17. Delta on its end, looking to score. Ball with Josh Bryan. Pass to the wing to Greenberg. Greenberg dribbles to the top of the key. Works it on the wing to Cox. Cox looking to get it down low. Can't do it. Way out on top. Bedwell will drive the paint. Works it near corner. Hunt, jab step, drives it. Kicks it out on top. Three-pointer on the way. No good that time by Greenberg. Bodies on the floor on the rebound, and a whistle and a foul against Bluffton. Two men checking in for the Tigers. Foul goes against Cooley of Bluffton, his third. And in the game again for Bluffton are Brady Green and Zach Cummins. Inbounds play comes into Bryan. Tries to hit a cutter. Hunt open for a 3 from the wing. Too strong. Nice offensive rebound by Bedwell. And another common foul by Bluffton. Zach Cummins, the offender, his first, third on the team. Inbounds play from the near sideline. Comes in. Now Cox has it. Looking for a screen. Greenberg on the wing. Drives the baseline. Nice feed. Cutter. Up and good. Great feed from Greenberg to Bryan for the bucket. He has 20 points in the game. And it's 41-17 Delta. Great work on the set that time by the Eagles. That was about as well as they've run their set all day. Tigers back to work on their end. Another 3 up, another 3 off the back iron by Irwin. Here comes Bedwell with it. Is he going to go all the way to the glass? Nice backhand feed to Hunt. Double team, cut off in the corner to Bedwell. Out on top to Greenberg. Here near wing. Bryan 3 up. Too strong off the back iron. Tigers have the glass. Good defensive possession that time by Bluffton. They survive. They've got it in the forecourt, trailing 14-7. Make it 41-7. 4:10 to go third quarter. High post to Johnson, guarded closely by Cox. That's a mismatch. There's a feed underneath. Cummins forces it up, rolls off, no good. Rebound by Bluffton. They'll fire again. No good again. Ball on the floor, and now a whistle. Going to be another foul. Going to be against the Tigers. Everett Johnson, 2 on him, 4 against Bluffton here in the second half. We've just passed the midway point of period number 3, 41-17. Delta with the ball in the big lead. Bryan, nice give and go to the baseline. Cutter, it's Brady Hunt, and he lays it in off a beautiful feed from Bryan. 9 points in the game for Hunt to make it 43-17. Bryan is more than just a shooter. Beautiful assist for him that time. Textbook give and go. Tigers have it now, trailing by a bunch. They'll swing it to the near corner, and Irwin on the wing to Johnson against the 2-3 Delta zone. Near wing to Irwin, bounce pass baseline. Here's a drive, double team, back out to Irwin, who lost the handle. It squirts right out of his hands into a cheerleader's hands. Wow, when it's going bad, it goes bad. Unofficially 3 turnovers in the third quarter for Bluffton. They have 15 in the game on my score sheet. 3 minutes and change to go. Delta has the ball with a huge lead in the paint. Nice feed again. Beautiful pump fake by Bryan to draw the defender. He gave off to the baseline to Hunt. He cashes in 2 more to make it 45-17. 11 in the game for Brady Hunt. Tigers trying to get a hoop in the worst way on their end. They trail by 28 points with 2:40 to go third quarter. Delta good defending in a 2-3 zone right now. Johnson has it for the Tigers. He drives the key, gives to the baseline. Reverse layup won't go. Rebound, got his own up and in. Good work that time by Zach Cummins, who stuck with it, got it back, stuck it in for his 5th point. It's 45-19, and here's a block at the other end quickly as Delta came racing down the floor. Going to be a shooting foul. Give the foul to Cummins. 2 on him, 5 on the team. Back to the charity stripe goes Josh Bryan. Hit his only free throw today, looking for his 21st point, and he's got it. He'll get another. 46-19 Eagles. Josh Bryan having a spectacular day. Looking for another free throw. Rattles it in. Front iron, shooter's roll. Give him 22 in the contest. 47-19. Delta leading again by 28. Biggest lead of the day. Tigers attacking that 2-3 zone defense by Delta. Irwin out on top with it, near the volleyball line, picked up his dribble, cross-court pass to Johnson, dribbles to the elbow, into the paint, gives back to Cummins. Cummins cut off, back out to Irwin, outside the top of the key. Johnson on the far wing, skip pass near side, they work at baseline. Here's a move in and a beautiful reverse layup off the glass. Brady Green with his first bucket to make it 47-21 with 1:30 to go, third quarter. Delta with the ball and a big advantage. This is Bedwell with it. One dribble out to the top of the key. Cox for 3. Couldn't get it. Missed to the left. Rebound comes down to Gabe Eisenhut of Bluffton. Quick pass to the baseline, and that's going to be a travel every day and twice on Sunday. Brady Green forgot to dribble it before moving his feet. 4 turnovers in the second half, 16 in the game by Bluffton. Delta with just over a minute to go in the period, working the ball in their half-court set. Way out near the timeline to Garner, now in the corner. That's Josh Bryan. He'll drive it on Irwin. Double team, nearly stolen. He goes baseline. Bedwell fires on the run, can't get it, but he'll shoot 2. He will not shoot 2. Wow, they're going to call that a common foul. Eisenhut picks it up. Delta will inbound from the baseline. Comes to the corner of the key to Wes Wooden. Near side wing to Cox. Jab step. Drives to the free throw line. Now he backs it out. Way out on top to Zach Garner. Clock at 40. He'll drive the paint. Lays it up. Can't get it. Tip up. No good. Battle for the rebound. Garner's got an offensive rebound. He fires to the corner. Bedwell for a 3-pointer off the top of the backboard. It stays in play. Here come the Tigers. Nearly stolen from behind on good hustle by Zach Garner, who knocked it out of the hands of the dribbler Jonathan Irwin, who didn't hear him coming. But it stays with Bluffton right in front of their bench across the way, 25 seconds exactly in the third quarter. They trail 47-21. Let's see if they can get a field goal here to end the period. They need a bunch of hoops. Johnson in the paint. 10-footer, no good. Got his own. He'll try it again from closer. Can't get it. He does it again third time. Fourth time, it's tipped out to Delta. Fast break. Cox all by himself. He's going to take it up. Good hustle to knock it out of bounds. That kid is a player. Everett Johnson, the kid I was telling you about earlier, is not the most talented guy, but man, he hustles his tail off. He just did great work on the offensive end on the glass, and he hustles back and prevents an easy layup for Delta. 2 free throws for Sam Cox. Missed the first. He'll have another with 5.6 seconds to go before the end of the period. Right-hander fires. He got the next one. Cox 1 out of 2. 5.5 seconds to go. Johnson gets it in. They got to bring it to full 84. Here they go to midcourt. Long pass ahead to Cummins. Clock down to 1. Layup at the buzzer won't go. Good hustle play to get the shot off by Gabe Eisenhut, but it won't do him any good. We've played the first 24 minutes here in Bluffton. It's a blowout city day for Delta. It's the Eagles 48, the Tigers 21 on Beaver Media and the Doco Preps channel.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association has a simple message for all those who participate in high school athletics. Play hard. Play to win. But above all, play with respect. Respect for your teammates, respect for your opponents, and respect for the game. Practice sportsmanship the way you play. All right. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
We head for the fourth quarter here at the Tiger Den in Bluffton. Delta way out in front. They're going to win this one. Just not sure yet by how many, leading 48-21. And the remarkably spooky statistic of the day is Bluffton scoring. 7 in the first, 7 in the second, 7 in the third, as they trail 48-21. What are the odds they'll get 7 in the fourth? We're about to find out. You look down at the score sheet, 22 points for Josh Bryan, who had 18 at halftime. He's had a day, playing great. We're underway here in the fourth quarter. Bluffton ball. They work it in the far court. Pass down low. Forced up off the glass and good. Nice work inside by the Tigers' Zach Cummins to make it 48-23. Tigers go back to defensive work on Delta. They're man-to-man this trip. Bryan has it at the top of the key. Works it to the corner. Hunt drives. Looks for a pass. Gets it here near corner. Greenberg, 3. Good. Josh Greenberg, another triple for 9 in the game to make it 51-23, and a pretty assist from Brady Hunt, the 6'5" big man. He is more than just a rebounder. Biggest lead of the game again, 28 points. Tigers working their set against a man-to-man Delta defense. Nice feed to the low post. Shot won't fall. It dribbled off the rim, no good by Cummins. Delta comes this way with it. Wilburn works at the Garner here on the near wing. From a pick, Bryan. Drive to the baseline by Garner. A whistle. Common foul. Before any kind of shot could be taken. Jonathan Irwin with the foul for Bluffton. He has 4 in the game. That's the 8th foul of the second half against Bluffton. 1 in bonus the rest of the way until we get to 10. The shooter is Zach Garner. He missed the first, no good. Oh, the sermon on free throw shooting. Grant Zagunda with a cameo appearance today. Here's a nice defensive play in the forward court for Bluffton as Zach Garner put out his leg and stopped the bounce pass by kicking it out of bounds. Bluffton will bring it right back in. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Delta way out in front by 28 points. Double teamed in the corner is Cummins. Did a nice job to work it out. They'll go back out on top. This is King. Now a high post feed to Cummins. Feeds the cutter underneath. Loose ball. Another turnover by Bluffton. They've got a bunch. Nice pass on the baseline. Hunt fakes. Goes back out. This is Wilburn driving. Pulls it up. In the corner. Hunt for three. No good. Rebound. Comes down to Bluffton. Irwin with it. Throws an elbow. Trying to clear out. No call on Greenberg. Here's a bounce pass. Kicked away. Fast break attempt. Here comes Delta. They'll go down the floor to Wilburn. He's all by himself for his 6th point of the day. It's a 30-point margin now at 53-23. Nice drive down the paint. The layup won't fall for Irwin. Long lead pass for Delta. 2-on-1 break. Beautiful! Great feed from Brian to Garner, who caught it in midair, never came down with it, and laid it in. Timeout on the floor. Beautifully done. I'm got to have video of that, and you're going to like it. 5:34 left in the game. We got another timeout. The break. Delta 55. Bluffton 23 on Beaver Media, the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
We head back to action here in Bluffton. It's Delta 55, Bluffton 23. That was a really fast break to send us to the timeout by Delta. Tough to do it better than that. I grew up in a fast pace, full court, fast break offense. And man, it's hard to do it better than they just did it. 5:34 left in the game. All over but the final score and the box score. Delta out in front by 32 points. Across the timeline on the dribble is McClish. Now they work it out on top. On the wing now. And now in the corner. King with it. Low post feed for Cummins. Kicks it to the far side. One dribble. Back out on top. Good defense by Delta. Bluffton having all kinds of trouble just getting an open look. Top of the key. Now to the paint. King with it. He'll pick it up on the wing. Feeds high post to Cummins. Across the way, now back out on top to King. They'll work it to McClish. He goes low post bounce pass to Cummins. Picks the handle, picks it up, fires. Another foul against Delta. Hunt with the foul. Third personal for him. It's 2 shots at the stripe for Zach Cummins. And he misses the first. Now, anybody who knows me knows how much I love high school sports, and I try to be as supportive of the kids as I can. Second of 2, good by Cummins. He has 8 in the game. But I'm going to tell you, if my coaches were watching this free throw shooting right now, they would be real unhappy, and we'd be shooting a lot of them in practice. Delta has it, leading 55-24. Bounce pass to the baseline, Bedwell. Couple dribbles to the wing, to the corner of the key. Still has it. Now works at far side, throws it away. Delta turns it over. I have that as their first turnover in the second half. That's pretty good work. Leading 55-24, midway, fourth quarter, 4:20 left in the game. Tigers looking for a shot. They've struggled to run their offense. Another one thrown away inside. Here comes Delta on the break. Cox will slow it down. Bounce pass to Hunt. Look out inside. He drives it and lays it in. Brady Hunt with his 13th point. 57-24. Eagles out in front. Here's a whistle at the other end again. And Delta will have it on a turnover. You hear the hand for Brady Hunt, who checks out of the game. He's had a nice day with 13 points, a dunk, couple of pretty assists. He's played well. Eagles have the ball, leading by 33. Baseline drive by Garner. He feeds the cutter. Bedwell lays it in. Beautiful dime by Garner. Bedwell with the bunny. He has 4. 59-24, 3.5 to go in the game. Eagles are going to win going away. They'll improve to 4-0. Great start. Here's a baseline drive and a layup that just won't go. Offensive rebound and the stick back good by Tanner Cooley. 4 points for him in the game to make it 59-26 Delta with 3:06 to go. Cox with the ball. Low post feed to Wilburn. Lost the handle, got it back. Drives to the paint. Spin move. Fires. Rims out. No good. Rebound still coming to the corner. It's tracked down by Wesley Wooden. Nice work by Delta. Here's the whistle and a timeout. A shorty by the Eagles. We'll stay right here with you. 2:51 left in this one. Delta leads this one. 59-26. Great day for the Eagles. They're going to improve to 4-0. They're one of 3 undefeated teams in Delaware County as we speak. Wapahani and Westfield, the Dubs, are the other ones. And the Eagles look for real. Coming out of the timeout, Delta will have Cox, Bedwell, Wooden, Sutherland, and a new man in the game, Dalen Case. So Case is going to get some PT with a couple minutes left in the game. We're set to go. Eagles will inbound the ball here in front of me on the sideline in the forecourt. Comes into West Wooden, gets it to Bedwell, out on the point. They'll work it near side corner to Cox. He'll take it out on the wing. Looks for help. Cross-court pass to Bedwell. Man-to-man by the Tigers on D. Here's a baseline drive. Wooden, double team, cut off. Nicely done by the Tigers. Here's another baseline drive. Bedwell drives, fires, hits. Connor Bedwell, beautiful move for his 6th point of the day. 61-26. Turnover. Fast break. Delta on the run out. Bedwell all by himself to lay it in. 2 quick hoops by Connor Bedwell. He has 8 points. 63-26 with 2:05 to go in the game. Tigers attacking. Got some subs in the game now for Coach Benedict. Getting some PT. Lob pass to the baseline. Nice catch. Left-handed layup, good off the glass. That was a pretty move inside by Tanner Cooley. He has 6 in the game to make it 63-28. On the other end, nice drive. Nice lay-in. Wes Wooden gets the hoop. 4 for him. 65-28. Delta way out in front with a buck and a half to go in the 4th quarter. The trip south back home is going to be a happy one today on the Delta bus. Long 3-pointer out on top. No good that time by Brady Green. Delta with the board. Here come the Eagles on the break. This is Bedwell. Works it far side in the corner to Wooden. Now back way out near the timeline to Bedwell. The final 1:05 of the game. Bedwell zigzags. Works it baseline to Wooden. Back out to Bedwell. He'll drive it. Lay it up. No good. Rebound Bluffton. Tigers have it. See what they do with it with under a minute to go. The whistle and a timeout by Bluffton, just long enough to get a sub in the game as they were fast breaking it down the floor. And they'll call on Dominic McPherson to go in for the final 53 seconds. Sidebound, inbound play for the Tigers. We'll see if they can get to 30. They've scored 7 points in the 4th quarter. What did I tell you? They got a chance to get more. Nice move on the baseline, and they do. Left hand turnaround, 5-footer off the glass and good. By Tanner Cooley. He has 8 in the game, and it's 65-30. Delta out in front. We'll see if they just hold it or take one more shot. We're in the final 30 seconds of this one. Out on top to Cox. Clock down to 20. West Wooden has it 25 feet out front. He'll give it to Bedwell. Clock down to 15. Looks like they'll just run this time off the clock. Hear the Delta fans applauding right in front of them, the action. And the last 5 seconds is going to be dribbled out by Connor Bedwell. And that's going to do it today in Bluffton. There's the final buzzer. The final score. Delta 65. Bluffton 30. We'll take a break, come back, and give you a quick post-game show after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Indiana. In fact, it's a crash course in teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, high school sports teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, leadership, and the importance of believing in your teammates and supporting your community. High school sports, a healthy part of a complete education. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Indiana high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den in Bluffton. This one is all over, and Delta improves to 4-0 this season. They blow out Bluffton today, 65-30. It was Delta leading Bluffton at the end of one, 17-7. Delta leads 34-14 at halftime. Eagles expand their lead. They lead 48-21 at the third stop, and they finish out the day with a 65-30 victory, scoring 17, 17, 14, and 17 through the 4 periods. And Bluffton also consistent, 7, 7, 7, and 9 in their offensive output for the game today for Chris Benedict's Tigers. Unofficially, looking at the scoring today, Delta led by Josh Bryan with 22 points. Brady Hunt also in double figures with 13. Down the rest of the list, Zach Garner with a bucket for 2. Tyler Wilburn with 6. Josh Greenberg, 3 triples for 9 points. Connor Bedwell, 8 points on 4 buckets off the bench. 1 point for Sam Cox on a free throw. Wes Wooden picked up 4 points with a hoop and 2 free throws on his day. The rest of the scoring for Delta, Nate Sutherland played, didn't score. Dalen Case played, did not score. For Bluffton, no one in double figures, as you might guess, scoring 30 points on only 7 in 3 of the quarters. They got 8 points off the bench from Zach Cummins, 8 from Tanner Cooley, who started. You look at the rest of the list, Landon McClish with 6, Gavin King 2, Everett Johnson 4, Brady Green 2, Gabe Eisenhut played, didn't score. Jonathan Irwin started, didn't score. We're going to take a break, and then guess what? We're going to have some time with Mark Detweiler. How you like them apples? Back with this after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. But the games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den in Bluffton. Victorious coach, Mark Detweiler, who sounds like Bill Sharman in 1972. His voice is shot.
Yeah, well, this time of year, I'm not sure whose coach's voice is it.
No kidding. Get him the megaphone. All kidding aside, you come up here today and you do your job, and 65-30 later, you're going back 4-0.
Yeah, and this is a tough stretch for us. It's our 4th game in 8 days, and to go on the road on a Saturday afternoon, my number one concern was would our focus be there? And I thought our freshmen guys and JV guys did a nice job of setting the tone. Our energy was good. Sometimes you worry about that. Will you be willing to engage in a battle? And our energy was good today.
I looked down my unofficial sheet, and I only had you for 8 turnovers the entire game, 21 by them. And you, I think you turned them over the first 4 times they had the ball to start the day. So your defense did a pretty good job. And when you were running your stuff today, you ran it really, really well.
We executed really well.
Yeah.
I was real pleased with that. We've gotten off to great starts. Our starts have been really good, and defensively, what Zach Garner's doing on the ball is tremendous, and it just disrupts the flow for the teams we've played so far. And people don't understand how important that is, because that creates our transition, and so our transition offense has been good because we're good on the ball.
You look at the score sheet, and the guys who score always jump off. Guys like Josh Bryan with 22, and he had 18 at halftime. They get a lot of attention for scoring, and rightfully so. But you mentioned guys like Zach, who do the unsung kind of things that don't show up unless you're looking at deflections in the box score that not everybody tracks, the dirty kind of work that a lot of times the guards do, and the guys who are down in the paint getting beat up. You don't just have 2 or 3 guys on this team looking to jack 20 on any given night. You play the game.
Exactly. And just looking at this right here, Irwin's a really good guard. And Winchester, we went at Winchester Tuesday night. The Sickles kid's a really good guard. And he shut them both out. And that started with Zach. And we talked about that going in both these games. We're going to leave you on it because we switch a lot defensively. But we went into those games and we just said, Zach, you're going to stay on that one, and lock them down. What a tremendous effort to do that. I didn't realize he didn't score until I just saw that. So he took 2 good guards this week and shut them out.
Pretty good work.
Yeah, that's very good work.
Wow. So where do you go from here? You've started 4-0. Last year, you lost your first game, rolled off 8 more wins. You're 8-1. You're playing really well again to open the season. Things look really, really bright for you. They look healthy. Looks like you're not too dinged up early in the season. What do you work on this week getting ready for Yorktown?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to work on. I mean, our schedule gets tougher. So little things, just in terms of communication. And I thought we got hit on a lot of screens today. We got to do a better job with vision and communication. So, there's a ton of things to work on. So big week ahead of us and double weekend. We got 2 double weekends with tremendous teams coming up.
You opened this game with a backdoor lob to Hunt for a jam. Not very often you get a rock rim dunk to start your day.
No, and what a one-handed catch at that.
Yeah,
so
pretty good hands.
Yes, that's exactly right. So Brady's a special athlete, and we try to make sure we take advantage of some of the things that he can do.
Well, he really did a nice job feeding the ball today on cuts where he could have pulled it down and just gone to the rim himself. He fed cutters and got a couple nice dimes. And you don't see too many 6'5" guys who can pass the way he can pass. Of course, being a quarterback from football,
exactly,
he's got some vision.
He does,
but he's got good hands and he's got good court awareness. And the thing that strikes me about your kids, they're not selfish. They're always looking to make the pass.
I've talked to other coaches about that. They're easy to coach because they love to make the extra pass. And you don't always get that, and but they play off of that. They feed off of that. They play together, so that's fun.
I usually let the coach tell me this guy because it doesn't always get a lot of attention. Who was the unsung guy today that isn't going to be the headline in the paper tomorrow, but who played really well for you today?
Well, I was glad to see Greenberg step up and do some things for us today, because he's the guy that we need as really kind of that third guy to really open up some defenses for us, and he has a chance to put up a lot of points on given nights. So it's nice to see Josh Greenberg do some things today.
Thanks for coming up. Get back with your kids, get on that bus, and have a good, safe trip going home, and welcome to 4-0.
Thank you.
All right, he's Mark Detweiler. He's the head coach of the Delta Eagles, and they win going away today, 65-30 up here in Wells County. Well done, Coach. Well done, guys. They played really well today. So that's going to do it for us. We'll check out and let you get back to the rest of your day. Maybe watch some football or go out to a high school basketball game tonight. The best part about playing at 2:30 in the afternoon is that you can go see a game tonight. And there are some good ones around the area. So get out and enjoy supporting these outstanding student athletes in high school basketball. That's going to do it for us today. Keep your eyes on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps for broadcast plans for next week. Wow, some great games coming up, including the rivalry Delta Yorktown next week. We'll let you know about our broadcast plans right there. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube Delco Preps channel. We'd love to have you in our little posse of people out there supporting high school sports online. A final score for the final time. This one's from Warrie Manny's. 65 for Delta, 30 for Bluffton. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for riding along today. Until next time, have a great rest of your Saturday, and so long, everybody.